Now, I love Venom as much as the next guy. I think he's one of the best Spider-Man villains slash characters slash anti-heroes.
Based off of what?
Based off what? Like, why is he so cool?
Like, well, what have you seen him in? Because we're not talking about Spider-Man 3.
No, the video games and cartoons.
Okay.
And the comics.
Yeah.
Like, he's just a cool... He's a very original character. Just the fact that he's a symbiote. He's not quite one person. It's kind of like... He's kind of like a Two-Face... Like Two-Faces to Batman. That's kind of what he is to Spider-Man, because he's got like the personality thing going on. But done better.
Is he kind of a good guy sometimes? Sometimes
he is. And I think that's what they're planning with this movie. Although, I kind of think this could be a little bit too late for Sony to keep doing these Spider-Man things. They should just let the license go back to Marvel. But we're not here to talk about that.
If it's just Sony, he's not gonna be a part of the MCU.
Right. And it's probably not going to be part of the MCU, but
I want to see him interact with this new Spider-Man. Come on.
We'll see. They may start doing that, because remember, the new Spider-Man is like jointly owned by Marvel and Sony. So you never know. Now, the Venom movie is slated for release on October 5th, 2018.
October. Spooky.
So that's about a year and a half out.
If you got a spooky movie, release it on October.
I think that would work. I think that's a good time to release the movie. So they're going to start filming on it soon. We haven't heard anything as far as people who've been cast for it or anything like that. So yeah, hopefully it is going to be filmed soon, because that's a lot of work to do in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, and I know that this movie's been in pre-production, and it's been hard to get it to be, green lit and having the studio give the go ahead on it. But this article on IGN said that the movie is going to be action, horror, sci-fi, and they seem to have suggested that they might be going a darker route with this movie, a la Logan and Deadpool as far as R rating goes.
Except Deadpool is not dark, it's just dumb.
I mean, there's dark humor in Deadpool. I mean, cancer is not exactly, a humorous subject, but it manages to make it, like dark humor.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Logan, there's like... I can't imagine any humor existing in that movie. It's just dark. It's just the character.
But I think that sounds like it would bode well for Venom, for the character. Because he's very creepy.
Yeah, and I don't know what I still don't know what Sony's planning to do with this property. Like, what are they going... Are they going to bring Tom Holland's character, Peter Parker, into it? They have to. I mean, as much as I know there's a lot of people out there that are bigger Venom fans than Spider-Man fans, they're not nearly as many as people who recognize Spider-Man. I mean, the fact that the symbiote used to be the Black Spider-Man suit confuses some people that aren't really familiar with Spider-Man. So I think you're going to get a lot of people, believe it or not, that are going to see a trailer for this. And if there's no mention of Spider-Man, they're going to be like, why is that movie called Venom? I thought that was Spider-Man. Why is his tongue doing crazy things? Like, as people can get mixed up on stuff and not have a good, clear idea of something, I can totally see that happening. And if they choose not to include Spider-Man at all and just go dark, I don't think it's going to be as successful as Deadpool or Logan.
Was Logan that successful? Because I never really even heard that much.
Everyone's raving about it. Everyone that I've talked to loved it. I've yet to hear a single negative thing about the movie. So
okay.
I would imagine.
Now, this article also says, it has this video that says, will Carnage appear in the Venom movie? That would be awesome.
I hope so, but I don't think you could... If it's going to be like an origin story for him, I don't want Carnage.
Why not?
Because Venom... My only thing that I don't like about Carnage is that he kind of takes away from Venom, because it's a very similar character. Yeah. It's a similar symbiote. It's just red, and he changes into very sharp things.
And he's much more evil.
Yeah, he's even more unstable.
Yeah, and that's why I think he's so cool, though, because he's like one of those characters that I've heard a lot about and I've done research on him just because I think it's an intriguing character.
Yes,
but I've never actually like really seen anything on him and stuff, and he just looks so like evil and creepy and awesome. Like it would just be so cool to see.
And from the lore, like Venom's symbiote does like give birth to Carnage that like splits off from him. And then goes on to like a serial killer.
Yeah, that's right. What's his name?
Cletus Cassidy, I think is his name.
Something like that.
And that's why he's crazy, because their personalities fuse. The only thing is like it's a cool character. Carnage can wipe the floor with Spider-Man and Venom teamed up against it. That part of it is pretty neat. But he is a little bit one note as far as the personality goes.
Yeah.
Like Venom's whole struggle as far as like, you know, who's in control here, the host Eddie Brock or the symbiote, and there have been other Venoms aside from Eddie Brock, and then his rivalry with Spider-Man. Like Carnage doesn't have all of that, so he's a little bit more one note. But when he's on the screen, like he completely outshines Venom. Oh, I say on the screen, I'm talking about like, you know, video games and cartoons and stuff that I've seen him in. But yeah, I don't want that for the first movie. They should save Carnage for something later. In fact, I would rather see Carnage in a Spider-Man movie that also features Venom.
Yeah, like so the Venom movie sets it up for it. Like at the end, it has a little tease of Carnage being born, like maybe like the serial killer like getting like possessed by it, like at the very end of the movie.
There was a really cool beat 'em up game that was based on a comic book story arc called Maximum Carnage.
Was that a PlayStation Spider-Man game?
That was for Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis.
Because I know Carnage was in a PlayStation Spider-Man game.
Yeah, just Spider-Man.
Recently. Yeah.
I've got it.
Oh.
And it was cool. The game's been out for a long time, so I'll go ahead and spoil it. So it's basically
How long? Was this 2012? Or... Really?
PlayStation 1.
I thought there was a newer game with Carnage in it.
I want to say... Yes,
because I remember watching gameplay on one, and it looked way better than what
I think it was Shattered
1
Dimensions on PlayStation 3.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, that sounds familiar.
So anyway, but yeah, Maximum Carnage was really cool. They just need to make that into a movie.
Yeah, where Spider-Man and Venom like have to fight him.
They have to team up.
Like the first Venom movie, you know, sets up for it, and the next one like Spider-Man's in it and all that stuff.
Yeah. So that's assuming, you know, they better not try to like do their own Spider-Man separate from Tom Holland. Like
bring Andrew Garfield back.
Oh gosh, no.
I forgot how you feel about
it's not that I completely dislike his portrayal. I don't. I think he makes a better Spider-Man than
yeah. You just hate the nerd.
I don't like his portrayal of Peter Parker.
So wait, what did you think about the Tom Holland one? Did you like?
Yeah, he's great.
He was the best. Not the
I
best.
have to see him in more before I make that judgment. But I've loved everything I've seen from him in Civil War, all the way up to like the trailers for Spider-Man: Homecoming. I think he has the potential to be the best one. I already like him better than Andrew Garfield.
I think he looks younger than both of them too, so that's good.
He's smaller. He actually looks like Spider-Man, and he's got a Queen's accent.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't just have a regular American accent. He actually sounds like he's from Queens, New York. And he's also British, just like Andrew Garfield. So that's crazy. Like, Marvel knows what they're doing when it comes to these movies. Sony, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm nervous about this, because they have proven to me, at least, that they don't know what to do with this franchise. Maybe they'll prove me wrong, but that really has yet to be seen.